Welcome to Reef and Pond Wise, another absolute fabulous afternoon in the hobby. And on today's video, we are going to cover my DIY pond fountain. So let's get started. Now, if you're new to the channel and you love reef keeping and pond keeping like I do, go ahead and hit subscribe and the notification bell so you don't miss out on anything. And then what we'll do in just a second is show you why this fountain is so important to the pond and the pond ecosystem. So the fountain I'm talking about is that one there. As you can see, the fountain is providing lots of water agitation on the surface of the water. And you want that, guys, because it helps with so many different things. If you have stagnant water in a pond, you're asking for trouble because your water will turn green. You'll have a limited amount of water that will not move about the pond and the pond surface. And what that pump is actually doing that's attached to that fountain, I'm going to show you here in just a second what it's all about, is it's pulling the water up from the bottom of the pond and it's preventing what's called pond stratification. And for those of you that have experienced fish loss or fish death after a large storm or a tremendous amount of rain, you know what I'm talking about. And I actually did a video on pond stratification, so you can go back and take a look at that. So just come on down here with me, guys, real quick, and I'll show you what my DIY pond fountain looks like. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off, and it's really easy to do. And look at the movement that that thing provides on the top of the water. And it just really gets the water agitated at the top and brings the oxygen into the water. But more importantly, it prevents that stratification because it's bringing that water up from the bottom of the pond, pumping it straight up a tube, and then it shoots out the surface of the water and mixes with that really good air, oxygen, and goes back into the pond. So essentially what it is, I'm going to go ahead and just pull this out for you guys, and we'll do probably a little bit of maintenance while we're in here. But what it is just a pump that I got an adapter for, and this is what it looks like. Now bear with me just for a second while I get this out, and we can go from there. And it's stuck on my other lighting cord, so we'll go ahead and pull that out. And essentially what it is a 3600 pump that pumps about 3,600 gallons per hour. It's a cheap pump, but it's lasted many years. Then I got this adapter on here, and I put the adapter on top of the pump and ran this tube, which is just a 1/2-inch tube, up about 4 feet. So about a foot underneath the water line is where the water shoots out. And you need to have that kind of pressure coming out of this tube to break the water surface and create the fountain. So guys, essentially that's really the DIY fountain pump that I created. And what's really nice is once you put this back in, it's fairly heavy. So once you put this back in your pond, you can just kind of toss it in there and it will stand straight up, and then you can turn your pond back on, and essentially you've got your fountain. Now it looks to me like I threw this in, it's a little off. Usually, I mean, this is one of the very few times where I've had to do this twice, but I'm going to go ahead and show you. This usually lands perfectly every single time. I'm going to go ahead and throw it in again, and this thing should be right in the middle, should stand up. And let's see how we did. So I'll go over here and turn this right back on. And this really, how simple this fountain works. Now, as you see the bubbles coming up. it is tilted again. So it did not land 2 times in a row. Did not land straight. So I'm going to go ahead and do it one more time. I'll leave the pump on this time so you guys can hear it. And you can hear it working. And maybe the water pressure as it comes through will help. And there you have it. It's really that simple, guys. Now that will stay like that until I move it again. And it's, like I say, pretty heavy. So again, you can see the agitation. That's exactly what you want. And that's how you would make or do a DIY fountain for your pond. So guys, if you like the video or you learn anything new, give it a thumbs up. And until next time, anyone can build a pond, but it takes someone special to keep one. And that someone special is you.